I heard this woman say in a movie, I gave up so much of myself to be with you that you don't even know me. What? I had to rewind it. I was like, whoa, something about that hit. And it made me think about how many of us feel that way or feel similarly and just don't say it out loud. And not necessarily because a partner or a spouse, we gave it up all up to them necessarily, or they took it from us, but because life is full. We feel like we just maybe stop showing up for ourselves. You feel that sense of like, I don't feel like myself or I've lost myself. But the reality is that just life be life, and there comes a shift in most of our lives as we get older. We start adulting, and with adulting comes all the responsibilities of adulting, right? Okay, you can list them, you know what I mean, like from the big ones to the small ones. From keeping your kids alive to doing the dishes to making sure everybody could eat to laundry to like cleaning the gutters to all the things. There's so many responsibilities, so many things that you have to take care of. There's so many things you have to be on top of when we're adulting. And then if and when you have kids, the kids become a priority. Their interests, their education, their well-roundedness, right? We've got to put them in all the things so that they're well-rounded, so that they're well-adjusted, so that they're exposed. And that becomes such a priority that takes some of the energy, some of the time. And then just, yeah, energy. Okay, we don't have it. We don't have as much energy as we did at some other point in our lives. Like, how many conversations do you have with, I know when I pick up the phone and I talk to a friend, I'm like, how you doing, girl? And I'm like, girl, I'm tired. Like, that's just like the baseline and the standard. And it's not always I'm trying to go to sleep. It's just there's my mentally and emotionally drained and exhausted. And so when that happens, we're not spending a lot of time on other things. And sometimes you just outgrow an old version of yourself. Sometimes what used to light you up, things that you were interested in doing before, they don't really, you're not really doing them, or they don't light you up anymore, and you haven't really replaced them or found something else. And that's just real. Like, you're gonna grow, you're gonna evolve, and you're gonna change. And sometimes that's what it is. This idea of we lost ourselves. Like, no, we still here. My like here, you with you. My dad used to I would he was like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "I don't know." And he used to say, "Well, aren't you with you?" And there's that quote that says, "Wherever you are, wherever you go, there you are." Like, you can't escape yourself. You're always with yourself. So you're there. It's just possibly that you have changed, you've evolved, you've shifted, and you haven't taken that time for for yourself to meet yourself again, to meet this version of yourself, to meet who you are now, and to kind of come to a sense of like, oh, I'm working to understand this person. I'm working to get to know this person. Back in the day, because I told you on this channel, I used to do spoken word and write poetry. I still remember this line from a poem that I wrote several years ago. I was still in college, okay, and I'm in my 40s, so but the line was, I want to introduce myself to myself and really know what I'm talking about. And this makes me think of that you want to do that. Like, I want to get to know myself and be able to clearly articulate who that is in this season, in this moment, in this version of myself. And sometimes that's really what it is. Being able to meet the new version of you that's true in this season. And the shift can happen because part of that life is that we're considering everybody else, including our partners, including our spouses, your husband, your wife, whomever, because you have to consider this person. This person is also going through their life journey. You're considering that person too. And sometimes you get used to giving away a lot and caring for everyone else. And the reality is you can love deeply and you can want to be committed deeply through the exhaustion and show up for your person. That doesn't mean that we have to abandon ourselves in the process or take ourselves out of the equation because we are in relationship. And I have known people who felt like they had to kind of choose between being in relationship fully and fully committed, or putting the effort and attention in that, or putting the effort and intention in self. And a lot of that happens simultaneously, child, because being in a relationship is its own form of like getting to know yourself and putting the mirror up, truth be told, right? Um, but we can absolutely be all the things. Many aspects of ourselves can exist all together. We don't have to choose between like, oh, being a great partner, being great to ourselves, and being a present parent. Like all of these things can happen simultaneously in harmony. Some things may get a little more time and energy and effort in one season than another, but they can all coexist. You got this. You don't have to choose. You're allowed to evolve as a person and still stay connected to all of the people and things that are important to you in the midst of doing that, right? So um it can be simple because it on this channel I've talked about being open to what creative outlets look like for me now in this season, what it looks like for me to grow, what it looks like for me to evolve in a new space where I'm starting over, what it looks like for me to anchor into home and to really use my gifts and that I know that I have that maybe have been put on the shelf a little bit or haven't really, played around in them in a long time, and I don't necessarily have the answers. Like, oh, this is how I'm expressing myself creatively right now. This is a new creative outlet that I want to try. I'm just trying things. I'm just seeing. I'm committed to being open. I don't have a lot of the answers, but I'm asking myself the questions. And sometimes that's the baseline, right? If you feel like you're not quite tapped into you and you have forgotten what it is that you like, or you have lost touch of the things that light you up, that interest you, that make you feel fulfilled as a person outside of all of the other things that you love, including your partner, including your kids, including whatever you're involved in, and other family members and friends. If you feel like you've kind of gotten away from that, or it's gotten away from you, you're trying to grab hold, sometimes it's just like asking the questions. It's just searching. Sometimes it's being open to the discovery and then taking the action to just try one new thing, or just to try on one thing that feels good, that feels authentic and feels comfortable to you. One thing. Sometimes it's just that simple. Um, and when it comes to our partners, we can share that with them. They're growing and evolving and changing too, and so are you. And so we get to share in that growth with them, share in that evolution with them, watch theirs, and with all the bumps and the smooth parts. You get to watch ours with all the bumps and the smooth parts, because at the end of the day, when I think about the quote in particular, her saying that she gave away so much of herself that her partner didn't even know who she was, I think about the fact that the irony is that our partners got with us because of who we are. And in making a commitment to us, and in us making a commitment to them, we're also committed to, being with them and loving them through who they are becoming. So your partner fell for you and committed to you, and vice versa, because of who you are. And they also signed up for and committed to who you are becoming in a lot of ways. And vice versa. So did you. That's the beautiful thing, that we don't have to, move those pieces aside or put them in the shelf and not be just who we are. you know you don't have to disappear to love deeply and to be committed. You don't have to choose what aspect of yourself you're going to be. You can just choose to be all of it. Not maybe at the same exact time, but choose to be all of it and nurture all of it little by little, one by one, in the small choices that you make. Like for me, like I said, I chose to be open to trying new things. I chose to ask myself questions about, do I like this? Do I enjoy this? I'm hoping to discover something that I didn't even expect to like or enjoy or expect to be good at. And then I'm like, whoop, look at me discovering. that I can, weave a basket or something. I don't know what I can do. I just told y'all a few days ago I climbed a mountain. Okay. I climbed the whole mountain up in the rainforest. I went up. And yes, this is what the incline felt like. Okay. When I went down and I fell on my butt, I went literally down, fell on my butt a few times, but I went up and I went down. I did it. I did it. Okay. I said yes when I absolutely would have said no at some other point in my life. I'm just saying. Um, so yeah, you keep going. Choose just choose not to leave yourself behind, you know? Because wherever you go, there you are. So you might as well get to know him or her where in the season that you're in. You got this. Life will continue to life. But us staying in connection to who we are and intentionally doing that is just as important, it's just as a priority as anything else in our life, including all the people we feel we need to be there for. We can put ourselves at that top of that list of the people that we need to be there for, because we can't be there for anybody else until we're there for ourselves as well. So uh that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. I'm Imani Aisha. I am here to remind us to stay connected to yourself, to your partner, and to creating the life that feels good to you. And if that's your vibe, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If there's something in what I've said here that hit you, that resonated, please shout it out in the comments. Let me know you're here so I can say, hey, and I can respond back. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.